Why did you need switching? What were you using it for other than?
I was using just a USB mic that someone had sent me to do a review on.
We
Thank
have
you.
audio.
Yay!
Let's start over.
I mean, it was a whole recap so far anyway.
Yeah.
To be fair.
This session on Dreamers of Kiriak, we've been recapping. A guy died. He was made of amethyst. We still have his skull. It's been spiked into the ground. There were 4 sages. Not sages, saints. The sage, the one sage, probably just died. There may or may not be 3 more. They may or may not be doing anything at the moment.
9 is punching things.
9 is punching things as he tends to.
Cool.
Can't break this goddamn skull.
So we went and we killed the thing that 9 wanted to kill.
Well,
So-
these things are all supposed to be very, very far apart.
Hmm.
They also, sadly for you, all sound like they were very, very far inland.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Also means we can't use
As long as
our
it works.
transporter there.
Right. Well, I mean, we asked him if he can go, if he can like get smaller and go up rivers and stuff, or is he just only oceans?
He said he stays away from the inland because of other giants.
Hmm.
He did. He said that when you asked him to go on land inland. You were also relatively far from a river that would actually take you like anywhere else meaningful.
What if we offer to defend him from the other giants? Because we just killed one of the saints, like we gotta be pretty strong, right?
You do feel moderately stronger than you did before.
Is he
It
faster?
doesn't cost any souls, I don't think, for us to blow the whistle and summon him.
We could go to a river and just see if he shows up.
We could just get a horse carriage.
What if it's on another
So,
continent?
so is your horse gonna pull it?
It literally
What
could.
What if the next saint is on the other side of the flat Earth? And we have to like go up.
Well, I thought there was one on the other side of the mountains.
Right. Okay.
I thought there was
Pretty
one in
far.
the east and 3 in the west.
We should just.
I believe one was like
I don't
south,
know.
but
They
pretty
were-
middle of the
They were
continent.
talking.
One of them is like completely other side of the continent, though. Certainly. They tried to sort of divide up the territory moderately equally between them. There was a little bit of this is a convenient mountain range that went on. I don't feel like leveling a mountain range today. Let's just use this.
What's closer, back to the casino or something else?
The casino.
The casino is definitely closer than anywhere else you would want to go.
Well, that's
You're only like a day and a half maybe
Probably
away
put him
from the
over. He
casino.
wants to go to the casino.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we can ask there if hey, we saved all of your lives for
They're not gonna believe us.
5
Dude,
minutes.
how much is the monster hunter's gonna pay out for this thing?
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have to say we did it then. Yeah, we could say it was the monster hunters just so they'll believe it and be like, oh, good. We don't have to worry about that now, and then we can just start listening for what else is terrible happening.
They already were.
Talk about.
They were like, yeah, we're safe.
Well,
Yeah, we have to find a functioning office for the monster hunters, though,
true.
because that's got to be worth some money. Killing that thing.
I wish somebody there has to have
The
heard of
monster
something
teams
else
still
terrible
exist at
happening.
all?
Well, it's
Just
gotta
because
be
they don't in these 2 podunk towns up here doesn't mean they don't someplace else.
There are the
like,
ones that remain from when you guys took that town that's near the Dix estate. That's the other like faction of monster hunters aside from the ones that just attacked you. Which I don't know that faction exists anymore. At least their grand leader and probably like all of their grand lieutenants didn't survive that fight.
right.
9 demanded that they be matriculated, but then they threw us into space. So
Yeah, they did do that using the skull. Skulls are
There
really
was
powerful.
also like all sorts of stuff happening beyond the door that we put the key in the ground for. That one.
Yes.
Have we like checked on that recently?
No.
'Cause that was kind of crazy. I don't know.
We
if that
kind
was
of
a good
threw some
sign.
people to it.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's
we
a
keep sending
real-
people there.
It's a real efficient blender, but like, if we,
We call this the garbage disposal dimension.
it's a very efficient, just body disposal mechanism, so to speak. But
Well, no, because you don't get rid of the body; stays with us.
right.
Sometimes they turn to balloons and float away.
They
Well,
turn to
yeah, that
balloons,
does
or
happen.
they just like explode, or.
The
other
point is they
things.
don't come back.
Until Ashe turns them into a zombie, and then they do come back.
done?
I mean,
just in general.
I'd like to peek down there again if we could open it up and just see if they're still having like an eternal combat down there. I feel like something's up. That should have probably been resolved at this point if it was a normal combat, right? It's been like days.
No, I haven't. So Larry, just stick the key in the
I'll
ground.
just peek my head in there. Just
You go right
I
ahead,
have
just
5
don't-
HP. Let's take a look.
yeah, exactly.
There's like
No, I got 18 now. It's fine.
gold red light immediately meets your eyes. That is not a color that has been down here before. It's been very dark blue and purple. And you see a sun shining in the sky, dropping down lovely rays to a beach that looks very familiar to you. It is
Well-
the one that you recently went to, except there's a lighthouse there.
Is that one?
Yes.
Well, that's an improvement.
Is he still hitting the skull?
Yeah.
No.
Any progress?
Nothing's
Do
happening.
you see a big chair down there?
Do you wanna see
Why
a big
can't
chair?
I
You
break
do
it?
see in the distance, you see some ruins. I think that you've been down here before.
Yeah.
You know that's where the chair is.
It looks like the same place. I see the lighthouse. I see the ruins where the great cracked chair was.
You see no life forms of any kind.
There's no more fighting going on. I don't even
that's
see the
good.
bodies actually. I don't think. It actually looks like a lot nicer down there than usual.
It looks like the beach with the little village on it.
Yes, but there's no village. There's
Okay.
instead a lighthouse.
It did before though as well. The village looked like the beach in there, except there was no lighthouse on that village, and there it is in this one, if I recall correctly.
Yes. Can you give me perception real quick?
I can. It's not going to be fantastic, but it'll be nothing. That's a 15.
Okay. There's something very strange about the water. You can't quite put your finger on it from this distance.
Now I dove into that water before, and I remember what it felt like, and it was weird. But that water looks different this time.
Is it crabs or space?
Well, it was time before actually, so maybe it's space this time.
When he asks if it's space, that's when the detail snaps into your brain. You can't see any stars in the water. This didn't stand out to you at first because it's like day down there now. But then a moment later you realize that the only stars were in the water before. It's not just that they're no longer reflecting stars from a night sky. The stars are no longer in the water.
You know, that just looks like a normal beach now. Actually, it just looks like normal water.
You should go check it out.
That might. It looks nice now. Maybe by killing this sage guy, we did something good for that place.
Okay.
Like I said, we're done.
And I fly on in.
Why did he go
Okay.
in there?
You feel a lovely breeze on your face.
18 hit points midroom.
The smell of rotting meat very quickly slams into you.
Okay.
You cannot see any bodies, though. Do you go down to the lighthouse?
I'll go down to closer to the water at least.
Okay.
First. I just want to take a look at it. Maybe just dip my hand in it and make sure
Okay.
it's not still like
I
tide
assume
water.
his body came down someplace around us.
His body just thud from the sky
Okay.
into the ground. He is not hurt at all by this.
One of these days, I'm gonna master using my flying boots in my sleep, and I'll just hang.
Hang upside down.
Exactly.
Perfect. Hopefully you don't drop from like the atmosphere. You'll probably be fine.
So he can no longer see the way he came in, right?
Correct.
Okay, but we can still see him.
You can see the place like where he dropped down, but then he left your sight unless you poke your head down and look after him. But yes.
I just pick up his body and say, let's just go.
You scoop up some water and it feels very warm in your
We've
hands.
never done that. We've never transported the bodies
Think
away
so.
from the portal.
Please make me a constitution saving throw.
I don't know if that's a good thing to do.
I don't see why it would matter.
That is a saving throw. Is a 17.
Right. The coppery taste of blood fills your mouth.
That's not good.
You're able to keep yourself from vomiting.
Put it back. Gently.
The texture and appearance of the water are just the purest ocean water you've ever seen is what it looks like.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but there's something real weird about this place. still. I mean, I guess there was before, but it's different weird.
Can we hear him?
He's a bit of a ways away. I guess you could roll perception based on hearing, but he's a bit of a distance, and there's a bit of a breeze.
Now I'm
16.
Ashik can't hear anything. Ashik can only hear the thump of Nine smashing the skull. Solir
with one hand while I carry the unconscious.
Solir
person.
is able to make out most of the words.
He's
Something's weird.
I guess
okay.
we'll check out the
Something weird. It's always weird down there, so he's
That's
alright.
true.
What are you checking out?
Lighthouse.
Okay, the lighthouse is essentially the ruins where the chair is.
Right.
You walk up and you see that the chair has been mended.
Oh.
It seems that it has been mended with lots of tiny little shards of bone that haven't even been like turned into a cement or anything. They just seem to be holding the two halves of the chair together
All right.
in a seam that's about half an inch thick.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not the chosen one, so I will not sit upon the
Okay.
throne.
You don't want to
well,
sit upon the bone
the
throne.
bone throne. No, but
That is a skeleton's worst pickup line.
yeah, I guess I'll go fishing. I got
All
nothing
right.
else to do on here.
You go fishing, but nothing bites.
That's fair.
How much time will you guys allow to pass up top?
I mean, I left with his unconscious body the second he dove in there. I'm just
Okay.
going.
I want to try to pick the skull up.
I have
All
that.
right.
I thought you were just hitting it into the ground.
It's essentially in the ground at this point. Like you can see the scalp. That's pretty much it. Pimrin's gonna be fishing for quite a while, but you know that's what he's used to.
I wouldn't leave that there. I just put it back into my backpack and leave.
I wanted that.
You pluck it like a turnip from the
Can
ground.
I start to short rest from inside?
Yes, you can. You can complete a short
Next time
rest.
he's in an anti-magic field, just kick his ass.
Y'all never found out I got weak.
I probably didn't even see it.
Well, the
You
fact
were
that you-
in a burrow and you were on the other side of a giant beholder.
I did forget that I had
Yes.
spent all of my hit dice already, so short rest
You
won't be
guys
much,
did
but-
just finish a short rest effectively.
Yeah, fair.
So you were laying on the ground most of the time. That was pretty easy to see.
I hit with a sleep spell.
You got bit by a turtle earlier.
So did that one.
We
Good
finished.
times.
We did a short rest after we got hit with meteorites.
Yes. You received a surge of godly power, and you received the benefits of a short rest.
Oh, because I'm still at 5 hit points.
Did you spend any hit dice, or did you have any
I
hit
spent
dice to
hit
spend?
dice right before the last fight, I remember, so or something. No, I spent my hit dice from the surge of godly power, and then we got hit by the big spell, and
Yes.
that brought me back down to 5. But I already spent the dice, so I'll have to go for a long rest.
I'm really annoyed that I have to walk.
So are you guys heading back to the casino up top?
Might just as well.
Can I do my hit dice?
It's
What's
a long
that?
walk.
Can I do my hit dice?
Yes.
It's a long walk. You've got plenty of time. Well, you could
Yeah,
just
you-
you could just fly back to the casino.
You all can have the
Back to
benefit of
ship.
another short rest on your way back. Nothing will assault you on your way back.
It took us several days to get back.
Yeah, there's not much alive between the casino and here.
Oh god, do we have rations?
You have a druid with good berry,
True.
and you have a Pimrin has magical snack features, right? Or does that require?
If I have ingredients, yeah, which I've just been like doing.
Gotcha.
Because I've sort of been combining 2 features.
What the
I've
hell
one.
do you actually have down there with you since we've had your
Yeah, I have
Pimrin will wake up
I can,
naturally by nightfall.
feed the whole party if there's a source of water with
Yep.
fish in it
Well,
nearby.
you
and I
better
have-
hurry up with your fishing.
Yeah, I'm fishing
You're
in
on a
this,
time limit.
this blood ocean, but
This may be the first time that somebody wakes up naturally from the other world, but Pimrin does as soon as the sun sets.
It took us like 3 days to get out this way. Did we get all the way back with no problems?
Yes. Did it take? I can't remember if it was a day and a half or if it was longer.
It was more than
It was
a
like
day.
50
It was
miles
2
away
long
about,
rests.
right? And then you guys were doing about 30 miles a day because you didn't want to gain any exhaustion. Yeah, so it would be about a day and a half.
So can we take a long rest?
Yeah, you'll all have the benefit of long rest also.
Long resting.
Is it one of the playtest rules that you automatically get the benefit of a short rest after the first period of a long rest now?
That's part of
Which
the
is just
rules, yeah.
should have been probably that way from the beginning.
Alright, so I go back down to 5 hit points, and then I start rolling hit dice.
I'm pretty sure that just brings me back to full. I was missing like 6 HP.
I go up by 31 points out of 100. Let's go.
Oh goodness.
Unfortunate hit dice rolls.
You need to be nigh unkillable like me.
You have healing spells, right, Asha? With the benefit of the long rest, you could probably spend like whatever you have left to heal yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this multiple long rests between where we are and the casino?
Yeah, you can have 2 long rests.
Okay.
You can
that
take
sounds
your
fun.
sweet
So
time.
I'm actually gonna.
I can just give you 50 HP.
That works, and I could spend some of my own spells on healing myself as well in the meantime. That way I can keep some hit dice from this next long rest instead of spending them again.
Yep.
We do not regain all our hit points on a long rest.
You do not gain all your hit points on long. You gain no
It
hit
just
points
does
on
that
long rest.
automatically.
Yeah, because it's convenient. At this point in the game, it doesn't really matter because of all the things that were just mentioned.
And you get 50 hit points. And in 24 hours, you get a hit.
I don't need any.
It's good that it was multiple days. It means I have horseback.
You do have horseback.
Can you give me 50, you said?
Yeah, I can just do that.
So that
Every
does bring
day.
me pretty much right to max.
And I hadn't done it.
I didn't take 50 in that whole combat.
Neither did I.
I went
Oh
up-
look, a beholder throwing a billion dex-based saving throws at me. Whatever am I going to do?
I get hit once by the disintegration.
I believe during that day I went from full HP to like single digit back and then back. I ping ponged all over the place.
Which
You
is
ping
weird.
ponged.
It tried so hard to kill 2 other people.
You get back to town. The town has not been destroyed in your absence.
God, I hope not.
That's good.
I still have credits to cash in.
The horses that you guys took with you, the ones that have remained, are like on their absolute last legs. They're definitely not used to this much exercise.
How the fuck would they be alive after the nuke?
That's a very good question.
Because it's not like we kept them a nuke's distance away.
They
How many did you take with you?
I rode mine.
there's 3 I think.
Yeah, one of them just got flattened. The other 2 somehow survived. You're not entirely sure how. They weren't there. Like when you were recovering from the fight and they just found you again. They like dragged themselves through the forest like onto your trail.
You're just hanging out with the badgers.
They would, yeah, I was
Probably.
about to say they don't do
The badgers died.
There was a wild horse den they crawled into.
Only the ones whose home Asha invaded died.
All the others were fine.
Yeah.
Ah, shit, bringing death and destruction.
I tend to do that.
Yes.
When you return to town, what do you do?
That's a loud cat.
These horses were rentals, right?
Yeah.
They were rentals.
I don't think we're getting our deposit back.
Yeah, let's say we just like set them free and we never talked about it. We just let them head back into town and maybe they'll find their way back to him, maybe they won't.
Okay.
If you actually treated them well, they'll go there.
Yeah, Sawyer's okay with that idea.
We'll just never speak of the dead horse. It didn't happen.
You release the
We got
living
horse
horses.
Dead. It just didn't
Right.
come
The
when we
third,
whistled
we don't
for
speak
it.
of a third horse, that's right.
The final horse. The two horses wander away into the alleys.
This special breed of horse somebody created, the last horse breed.
This isn't even my final horse.
Final horse.
Do you take the things off the horses, the fancy bridles and stuff, before you release them?
No, they can keep them.
I mean, Pimmer would vote yes, but that's just one
Well,
vote.
if you want to take, then you can take the stuff if you want.
Take it
So
off.
that
Just
doesn't want it.
leave it on the ground like right outside town.
I'm sure Nine's not going to steal the tack from the horses.
Mine comes with that, so I don't really.
Do your cows come with like bridles if you summon them?
I hope so.
God. Oh,
When you-
no.
That's the text that should be the upcast with spell. Like upcast them at one level, it comes with like different equipment and it goes up. Like
You can summon eventually an entire like fey town around your cows.
perfect.
It makes Find Steed a really, really, really specific spell.
Yes. Find this particular steed.
I can summon animals, yeah, but I want to summon this animal. Okay, I mean, I guess we can make that, and it has to come with a saddle.
So Nine, where do we need to go next?
You cast the
I'm
spell.
gonna
it's
tell
just
the
character
casino that we
created.
saved some.
The casino won't give a shit.
They don't care.
I don't know.
They
I
don't even keep track of the ostriches. How the hell are they going to care
That's
about
true.
That's
That's a
very
good
true.
other things?
I say we're done. The world's saved. Till some other kind of apocalypse thing shows up.
Aren't you supposed to help us on our mission?
Yeah, it
My
says
mission, I suppose.
some guy we killed.
Didn't they pay you for this?
Are any of the original
Everyone
cultists
that's
still
paid
alive?
me is dead.
I think that
The cult's dead. The monster hunters are dead. The guy who led the monster hunters is dead. The guy who killed him that took over the monster hunters is dead.
That's actually a good thing for me because I don't even have any money to pay you with in the first place. So I think I'll live through this one.
No, we don't pay him. He got paid in
Yeah, so we're all safe. But like, I don't even have the temptation to because I'm broke.
I wouldn't pay him anyway.
Yeah.
He mostly just runs away or lays on the ground. So,
turtles.
We can wait here for the next apocalypse.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It could
We
hurt
passed
Solaire's
around town.
feeling to hang out in the casino.
Yeah, I'm sure all sorts of people from all over the lands come to the casino, and we can talk to some people and see, you know, what bad stuff is going on in the towns over the mountains and whatever.
If your town's being destroyed by the apocalypse, the first place you're gonna go is the casino.
That's where we went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll go to the monster hunter's office. It's across the street. It's close enough.
Are we now in charge of the monster hunters?
Probably.
I don't want to be. Those guys are terrible. All they've done is kill each other and die.
Well, there are none left
Well, see,
here,
but
so
if
we
we're
can.
in charge now, we can reform this.
I think Solaire's technically a monster hunter still. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
he
am
still
too.
has his,
You are
still
too.
has
If
his
they kill
pay.
each
can
other,
raise our own new
were the
crop of
monster
monster
hunters the
hunters.
real
Well,
monsters?
this is true.
We'll put the orphans in charge.
We should call it something else.
Well, this is true. We could put the orphans
You
in
could
charge
be the
of
monster hunters. You seek out cheese and you inhabit it with your eldritch powers.
Why do you gotta make fan fictions of your own game?
This is the only power I have.
He's making his own AU.
Yeah, that's the books he writes under the other pseudonym.
If we want to make a new organization that's very different than the old organization, we could just call ourselves the Monsters.
No.
Just saying.
The skull is wiggling in your satchel.
I do not like that.
I'll take it off your hands.
No. Take your hands off first.
Can you do that?
Well, what?
Take your hands off?
Probably.
I leave while they're definitely going to try.
Nine just walks away.
How is that different today than it's at?
Well, I wasn't walking. Horse was. It's
Horse
very
begins
important.
walking away while Nine sits on horse. Or stands on horse. I don't know how Nine's mounted. What did the three of you
Does he
do?
ride up there just like a surfer?
No.
I assume you T-pose. while using your
Sometimes.
tail armor for balance.
I do have a lot of intimidation.
Is there a newspaper in this town?
There is a newspaper in this
The
town.
guy
Can
who
Pimrin
was at
read?
the Monster Hunter's office? Or did we let him go?
I mean, I guess it's just assumed you can read if you have a language.
They probably did. Everybody
he's got,
typically
he's
runs
got
But there's a whole abandoned
11
office that you
intelligence.
Yeah.
I feel like.
go
Plus, I mean,
take.
he probably had to read a lot of recipe books.
Oh, I'm
and
sure it's
things.
ours.
That is very true.
Go
Yes,
find
there is a
Go raise
There is
another
the
force of monsters.
Silverbeard Saga, which is the local paper, which is a single copy that is nailed to just a post in the middle of town.
Plus, can you have to pay for it?
I feel like Pimrin really likes to read guides on how to fish to find all their failures. They're incorrect.
Exactly. Submit strongly worded letters to the editors.
Yes,
This book was
most
written
of whom
400
died many years ago.
Still submits a letter to somebody.
Submit a letter to the estate of the original
Yes.
writer.
Um,
There is nobody currently huddled around the paper. It looks like it's
Okay.
been there for at least a day or two.
any terrifying world events listed on the paper except for the approaching cloud of eyes?
There is no mention of the Cloud of Eyes. There is a long, like epic poem celebrating the monster hunters who are going out to destroy the world-ending evil and protect the town, of course. There is a combat analysis of the war that is happening on the front lines in the east, which is talking about how the forces being led by our great Saint of Alkin are slaughtering all of the supposedly technologically advanced enemy, and how soon their entire nation will be slaves to us. Mwahaha. All glory be
Yep.
to
Well, we're
Kiriak.
definitely losing, and
Oh wait, there's a saint. Should,
Yeah, that
should we
sounded
go
like a
kill
saint
that
to
one?
me, and also, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about technology, but the most advanced weapon I've ever seen is a gun. So, like, if they're advanced,
if I show up and everyone just has these, I'm gonna be pissed.
I just say it's possible.
The enemy has flamethrowers. That's like gun adjacent.
That's
I
true.
feel like a flamethrower.
You guys
is
had a
easy.
flamethrower, and then whoever had the flamethrower got eaten by another dimension. I
Yeah,
think.
it could happen.
I feel like it's
Turn
a
into a
lot
horse.
easier to invent.
I think
Just light a stick on fire and throw it.
Yeah,
Antonin had the flamethrower.
I think you're right.
It got belled.
Yep.
It got
You got shadow rolled.
impulsive to another dimension.
See, that's what we should have done with the beholder.
Just give it a bell.
We should have just, give
Just-
it the bell and had,
I would
I'm sure
say
Usha's
that a
got
lot of
some
your
sort of
problems could
magic
be
that
solved
would've
with a
run it,
bell,
yeah.
but you generally don't have a issue
Just
solving
keep
your
the
problems.
bell like with a stopper on it and just tie it to like one of its eye stalks, then remove the stopper so it just starts ringing it.
You should put the bell on your fishing pole and just cast it at your enemies. Because you've been told that you have to actively ring the bell for it to work. It won't even like accidentally ring if you're just like carrying it around in your bag.
A bell is like a set of tongs, though. Like someone can't
You
pick
gotta
it up
clack it.
without going. Ding. So you just leave it suspiciously on the ground in front of guard patrols. And you're like, hey, look, a bell.
Exactly.
Then come the hands.
And then the bell falls to the ground in the same spot again, and another guard walks by.
Yes.
And you hear a
This,
bell.
this is a strategy.
This feels like a
we'll have to
metaphor for
remember.
something.
Yes.
Why are we doing this all the time?
That's a
I
very
don't
good
know. I
question.
don't even know who's got the bell.
I do.
You-
That's why you're not using it.
So he's got the skull, you've got the bell.
Have we tried ringing the bell inside the door dimension?
Would
You
like
have
to
not
try it?
tried that.
I hear this bell
You
just
wanna try
eats
that?
people. So
I do not, but
Oh,
I
good.
just wondered.
Well, if you ever do try that, and you see somebody named Antonin, you need to help him get back here because he's been missing for a long
Got
time.
it. Antonin. Yes, I will.
Yes.
I will search far and wide.
But
If I ever happen to.
I wouldn't tell him that Goras is dead because they were kind of close.
Maybe we should all go there.
no.
Maybe Antonin's also turned into a horse by now, but
You
for
think
completely different reasons.
Maybe the reason we can't find the chosen one is because it just moved on to Antonin, like the next closest, like he inherited it.
Well, that's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know how Goras became the
Did
chosen one.
Goras
to
have
start
any
with.
illegitimate children?
God, I hope not.
He had several legitimate ones. Who's a family man again.
Does adopting
Well,
an
you-
orphan
you can
count
go
as having
east,
a
but
legitimate
probably should
child?
Go back to the village and collect our money.
The village is still there.
I don't see why not. Who the hell's gonna go down there and bother that again?
Mm-hmm. We did put it in the hands of children.
Well, not the tavern.
Didn't we?
No, what's his name?
The whole thing is literally starved. It's gone.
There was a guy
I forget what the guy's
who
name
you
was.
did leave in charge of the tavern, but like he's relying on children for his like food supply.
Right, because they're the
We
ones
got,
that
we
can
got a
cook.
child baker and we got a
Yes.
child brewer. What could
Yeah.
possibly go
And a
wrong?
child doctor.
A ward over the yeast did not go well.
It's been months. That town is gone.
There was also a host of like the soldiers of the force that is currently at war with your
Oh,
nation.
The soup and
Yeah, we filled the orphanage with soldiers.
Yeah,
Maybe they're okay.
Not in the
because
usual
the
way.
food and that just
They had a
replenishes
bag
it.
of fish that replenished itself and a
Yeah.
bag of onions.
They're
They're fine.
perfectly fine. There should be anyway.
All dead.
And a portal to a terrifying death dimension where things were just like fighting for eternity.
Yes.
For a while.
And whatever other portals open up, because that happens there periodically. I don't know.
a portal that you guys like have the key to, pretty much.
True, but it just kind of appeared there before he had keys.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We should probably check on them.
I think we should go figure out what's happening with the war.
Well, yeah, but where we're talking about going is east of here.
Oh, so it's on the way.
So if you go across the water from the casino, it's kind of over there when you land,
Right. Okay.
and then we could just continue
Sweet.
east that way.
And there's a lot of water on the way.
Did I hear you say something about regenerating fish?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a bag of fish.
We
Make-
try a lot
Yeah,
of recipes like
Wrath
that.
was really, really, really cheap. I don't know
So
who
probably
the
not very
hell
good
he
fish,
screwed over to get the bag of regenerating fish.
It's a bag. It makes your profession completely useless.
Yeah, I've never. I mean, well, if
Well,
it's
it's
like
only one kind of fish, and they're not.
yeah,
Very good.
it's that mass produced kind of thing. You know, it's just cheaper, not as good.
It's not very good fish.
You gotta get that hand fished fish.
Fish to
It's
table.
different. Yeah.
There's also well, it's probably empty by now. I'm sure the soldiers drank all the liquor.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, I've got this mug. I'll be fine. But
Although Goras somehow found a way from the other.
I thought the liquor was
Dimension.
unending.
That might be. We never tested
The
this.
The
So
liquor
it's
did
still
seem to like replenish itself also.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
soldiers-
to some
the
extent.
soldiers are
Goras found a
probably
way to take the
in
boat
good shape.
from down by the lighthouse with
Right,
a slot on it to the liquor room. I'm not sure how he managed it.
probably was the chosen one.
Yeah, well, he was.
Did you see a boat while you were in there?
You did not see a boat.
Didn't we see a boat in there recently, but we couldn't take it or something? It was like one time we visited.
You
there
were
was a boat or
just
something.
there.
If we can take,
Oh well, it was in there. There was no boat. That's correct.
Oh,
Yes.
if we can call the boat and take it to the liquor cabinet, that's like a shortcut.
Well, I don't know how to make it go to the liquor cabinet.
I have no idea. I think you just tell it to go.
Goras was by himself. Well, no. I don't know.
Didn't you say you just asked to go to the liquor cabinet and there?
That
it
is
was?
what you remember.
Well, this is
That's
true.
how Goras would have seen it.
That would be
We're like, how'd you get there? He's like, well, I just told it to go there.
Liquor button.
that would be faster.
You
And we
fell
don't because
asleep
we've been that
in the
to that-
liquor cabinet.
We've
Forgot
been
that's
to
what
the
it was. Just woke up there and assumed he tried.
Magic.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, because we've been to the tavern that he said he went to, and then somehow he ended up in the liquor cabinet.
Are we leaving now then? I like want one little.
I mean, I'm
update
ready to
before
go
we
whenever. I'm used to life on the road. I don't need to stay in town for one day before I leave. And that's when I want to stay at the casino. I'd actually be down for like one more night at the casino and then we leave town. But you know,
Yeah,
unless it's
same.
urgent.
I don't think it's urgent.
I,
Nothing's
you know,
that urgent.
I don't even have any money to gamble. It's just funny to watch other people.
Oh, that's okay.
There are a lot of marbles involved for some reason.
Yeah.
We have money, not a whole lot, but we did take that money from the Monster Hunter's office.
Maybe we can find a different set of casino workers and quiz them about the ostriches as well and compare their answers.
They're here somewhere.
I'm just going to eat the entire buffet table and try to figure out why the skull keeps vibrating like it's getting text messages.
That is very much the way it is vibrating, yes. You all go back to the casino. They're happy to see you again.
All of us?
If all of you are there. Well, I mean, they do very politely tell ah shit.
A certain very dirty fisherman who's never spent this up there.
You're
We got
along.
money if you wanna gamble.
I don't want to be tempted.
You're clearly a country rube who's going to lose all of his money, so they're happy that you were brought along. They're like, you're standing right next to Salir at the time, and they're like, okay, you're beginning to redeem yourself.
I think
so
I have
thank you."
described this about Cameron like once or twice.
Yes.
But one of his little quirks is every time he goes to sleep, he just wakes up like filthy. It's like he'll clean himself off and then he'll just wake up filthy again.
Funny, that's Asha's
And just
character
like
trait too.
he's got like dirt in his hair and like little plants like starting to grow out of his hair and stuff. And he
That's
just
amazing.
cleans it off.
I love it.
It's just a fake trick. So he's just always dirty.
I work hard at the ecosystems I've got going.
When they see 9, they go out and hire 2 more chefs from the local town on a short-term basis. And they politely inform Ashik that all the prostitutes are out sick,
Oh,
so you will unfortunately not be able to use their services.
do they have like some kind of
A prostitute comes walking out of the door, sees, turns around, and goes back in the door.
looking for just like a gnome-based Chip and Dale show then?
They had one, then you came along. Now it's a mushroom man-based like horror show.
I'll take it.
You won't, because they all died very shortly after.
It's bad monks. They're very gone.
If your taste was in dwarves, you wouldn't be having this issue.
Do they have dwarf-based ones?
So, you spend a day there. Things are good. When they bring out the ceremonial pudding, the skull becomes even more active as the pudding nears.
What the fuck? You don't even have cheeks. You can't have pudding.
Listen, sometimes a skull hunger is for what a skull hunger is for.
Maybe if you gave me gravy.
I'm not giving you shit.
Pimrin, there are lots of very, very emotional people in this casino. Some are very, very happy about their winning. Some are very, very sad or angry at their losses. There are a small handful of fist fights that break out. The dealers all seem very skilled in bludgeoning clients. They do not shy away from making a display of those who break the rules. It really adds to the whole like Pirates Cove sort of vibe they're going for.
They should like find a way to like bottle this energy and like sell it. I bet it would sell really well. It's just like as entertainment, you know, just to watch.
It's called
Like a
tequila.
recording or something. Like some way to like capture this scene, you know.
You
I
have-
bet you could make a lot of money that way.
You have a sneaking
TMZ.
suspicion that one of the fights was actually just like orchestrated by the casino itself to raise morale.
How much money
That
do
is-
we have to pay you in casino credit for you to get your shit beat in by the dealer?
That is how meetings work. They continue until morale improves.
Indeed, yes. Does Pimrin do any gambling himself, or is he just content to watch?
I think he'll be entertained by watching for a while, and then he'll
Okay.
get hungry, and he will ignore everything at the buffet and just like demand to cook his own meal in the kitchen and see how that goes.
That is a very good question. There is a new cook who, when you demand to cook, he just assumes that you are also a new cook. And so
very, very filthy.
Yes. When you're, he will pretty much give you anything that you're asking for as far as equipment and ingredients goes, because he assumes that you're just asking to do your job.
Okay, I'll just
He also gives you a chef's coat.
I'll wear a little hairnet and there's still like dirt falling
Nice.
through it.
You are the cleanest person in the kitchen.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll cook all the meals for there because he cannot
Fantastic.
stand the buffet fish. So
9. The food gets suspiciously better after like a couple hours. So, Lear, what are you doing during this time?
Gambling. Gotta
You-
make up for all the money that I gave these knuckleheads for the various things that we didn't actually spend the money on.
You make 30 gold in the first day. You're kind of easing yourself back into it.
I need to find the world's best blacksmith.
He is not here.
Well, yeah,
He never was here.
but I must find one. The best one. Because I have these 15,000 dragon scales. I imagine would make pretty dope armor.
Yes. How are you trying to find the world's best blacksmith?
Not well,
Right?
because I'm at a buffet.
Right? Even the world's best blacksmith's got to go on vacation for once in a while. Are you just like hoping that he'll randomly run into you, or are you?
Hey.
I
Hey,
probably
hey,
bother
bud.
the staff once or twice.
Okay.
Per minute or per hour?
The first time they have a staff member who is familiar with your group, who's just kind of like lurking, waiting for you guys to ask for things, so that somebody who knows what's going on will answer, rather than one of the poor.
He's one of
Ordinary
the only
people.
ones that refuse the drugs, so he's the expert.
Yes, he is the one who survived.
oh yeah. Can I ask the new cook? Oh, I'll walk up to the new cook who
Yes.
I am, and I'll just say, ostriches.
What?
Raise my eyebrows, see if he responds to all that.
I
You
don't.
see, I think you're asking for an ingredient.
Ostriches?
I. Is that a drug?
No, are there ostriches at this place? You see
I-
any of them on
I don't think we gotten any orders for ostriches.
Oh, okay. Well,
He checks his tickets.
No, that's
Nope.
fine. If you haven't seen any, that's all I need to know. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They must be. You're new here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they must be keeping them more secret. It's unfortunate.
Oh,
If you want to see any, just let me know.
I will, sir.
Thank you. If they're wearing ties, especially, that's the important. Watch out for ones wearing ties.
Okay. Do we get him live?
Oh, I believe they run this place.
Well. He's very confused.
Shh, it's a secret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, I get it. The ostriches wearing ties run the place.
Yeah, the ostriches
Yeah.
wearing ties,
I'll
they run
let
the
you
place,
know
yeah.
if I see any of these ostriches.
Yeah, thank you. Of course, yeah, the ostriches.
There's,
Yeah,
I gotta
two
learn
totally
I gotta
different
learn all the slang.
The boss just has a long neck.
He is suspiciously bird-like.
He overhears from the hallway, just leaves crying.
He leans in and his neck slowly like.
It's a hobby of
reaches
sticking
the-
his head in sand to like calm down.
Asha kept asking me about the prostitutes. That was the only way to escape. So the first time you ask, the staff member says, "Are you referring to our previous staff member?"
No, he's awful. I need
Yes.
someone who knows what they're doing.
I believe we've had this conversation before. You're aware that's not. Usually we just import things from other places, being a port and all.
Where
We don't
is-
have a ton of craftsmen here. It's not really the place most craftsmen set up shop.
It's weird because they'd be at a port and able to send their things places.
I mean, usually they'll have a studio somewhere else and they just send the apprentices to the port with their wares rather than keeping them in their shop. If they're, good enough to export to other places. But that's usually just the very famous people. I could have a servant go ask where, you could order the stuff from. I can't
Where
promise it'd be...
is the famous person? What make the big armor?
I don't know, probably overseas. We haven't really used armor terribly much for
I
like
walk up to the
80
buffet
years,
with a
probably.
plate of food to put down.
I don't notice it's him at all. And start eating it.
Perfect.
I believe it's like I feel like the best blacksmiths would probably live someplace really cool, like the top of a mountain or something crazy like that. That's that, or like under a waterfall.
If I was a blacksmith, that's where I put my
Yeah,
shop.
like the most skilled ones, probably in the crazy places, right?
Or they live by where they get their metal.
I'm really glad to see the kitchen staff is cleaning up after themselves. Good job, son. A crab falls from your ear.
Aren't you a dwarf?
What the hell's that supposed to be?
Where the hell are the dwarven smiths? If he wants a good smith, he doesn't want a human. They suck. Where the hell are the dwarves?
I like how after all of the lizard comments, this
Have you
is
ever
what's
seen me with
racist.
another dwarf? I've lived in a swamp for the last 90 years.
Other
And
dwarves
the
and
1,000
swamps?
before that?
Asha, you can tell me, are other dwarves in the swamps? Or is that just where Asha went to live?
No, that's just where Asha went to live.
Where do the other dwarves tend to live?
Their homes in regular cities.
Like, most cities
no,
are
just
pretty, like,
other
cosmopolitan, but
Every dwarf has its own swamp.
where dwarves are all just Shrek.
We have a baby
Very
on the way,
territorial.
so we have to go build a
Try
swamp.
digging a hole in a hill and see if you see a dwarf. You'll run under one eventually.
Maybe you're racist against dwarves as a dwarf, and that's why you were ostracized.
Maybe.
Internalized dwarfism.
That just sounds medically disturbing.
That sounds completely different.
Passy swapped all of someone's organs.
Yeah,
with
just all of your organs are tiny.
Because we just stuff sawdust.
That's
in
not
there
going to
just
be a
fill the
dexterity
space.
saving throw. That's going to be something else.
Yeah, we know your parents threw you out because you kept bringing home gnomes.
Probably.
And killing them.
Collecting their skulls, organizing by size.
Probably.
Just a shelf, just like smallest to largest.
I mean, it was.
My
for
mushrooms only like gnome skulls for some reason. I've tried lots of others, but they just don't take.
We don't care who you date, honey, but Jesus Christ. The authorities.
Well,
I tried.
I have run out of things to do with this establishment.
That's why you drink and you gamble. That's the,
Oh,
that's the
okay.
things you do at this
I'm starting to
establishment.
understand now, yeah.
After cooking an elaborate feast, the likes of which this place has never seen, Herman's like, well, frick!
Well, I'm bored.
Got access to a real kitchen for about an hour, now I'm done.
Yep, pretty much.
That was a letdown. Are you going to take the staff up on their offer to send a servant to ask where the fancy blacksmith man might be found?
Yes.
He kicks the servant out the door. The servant's happy to go.
Was the servant a dwarf?
The servant was human. The servant goes and comes back and says, well, was it a horse armor? Or was it dog armor that we were asking for?
Person armor.
Lizard armor.
Oh, person armor. Okay. Yeah.
Like on my body.
With a tail.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. He turns around and leaves again.
Yeah, is the horse armor extra? Just asking for.
I think it's usually pretty fancy. It's not like good armor. It's like, it's just for decoration for like parades and stuff.
Right, okay.
I'm
But-
literally still on a horse that has armor.
What you need to get is mushrooms that'll just bond the real dragon scales onto the fake lizard over there.
The fake lizard.
Eventually he comes back and he says,
He
there's
wouldn't need to wear armor, he just have a scale.
There's this really old lady, and she makes armor for when, like, really rich people do duels. The armor's gotta look really fancy, but it's also gotta be really, really protective so that the really rich people don't accidentally hurt themselves when they're having fun, and then they look very silly. So it's apparently really expensive, but it's like the best stuff you can get in this day and age, where people have flamethrowers that cook you alive in your armor, so nobody wears it.
I mean,
Without any stakes? What's the time to?
I have no idea.
where they at?
People have, by the way, lots of people have worn armor that all of you have met. This kid is not an adventurer. This kid reads newspapers that talk about fantastic new technology and how the old stupid ways of the world are long past.
The newspapers are written by very biased Dex builders.
Monks and barbarians, all of them.
Fucking rogue writing the newspaper. No one wears armor anymore. Definitely,
You're not giving yourself any advantage if you try to wear armor, especially on the back. That's not going to protect you, at all. If you're going to wear armor, just wear a breastplate. That's all you need.
To be fair, if you think about it, it's like the average person has 10 strength and acquires like 15 strength. To
Yeah.
wear armor effectively. Not many
armor's
people.
fucking heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to wear it effectively means moving 60 feet in 6 seconds, attacking 3 times, and
Not having an aneurysm.
never taking it off for 24 hours.
That's true. Or you can just be a dwarf and just have armor.
They're
Yeah.
very wide.
They are very broad.
Where is this old woman?
You get
Very
a...
wide.
There's a big city in like the middle of the continent where there's lots of really big estates of noble families that are probably vaguely related to you in some way.
Or related to the guy that...
Right. I mean, this is legally speaking.
I mean, adoption and slavery are much the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said that with so
Yeah.
much delight the first time.
It's been the running theme of the campaign, so...
It's a running theme
Yeah.
of a lot of our campaigns.
Yeah.
They don't start out that way.
Some of them do.
Sometimes. I like how you have to write down notes for all the shit
Yeah.
you just made up.
You guys aren't going to make a dungeon of wicked ones, you're going to make an orphanage.
Yay!
Great.
That's literally going to happen.
Yeah.
This time we are the orphan army.
As the prophecies foretold.
We just armed ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm not an orphan. My father cooks beef and my mother cooks chicken.
And the fish is like halfway between those
Yeah.
two.
I'm pretty sure my real
All in
parents
the
are still
Catholic
alive.
Your parents are most likely still alive, yes.
If my fake parent is dead, I think that makes me less of an orphan because I had an extra parent, but then back to square one of not being an
We've
orphan.
had more parents die, though.
No, less because only one died, and it was an extra parent.
Oh, your other parents are still
Where was your
alive.
other extra parent?
My regular real parents.
No, your other extra parent.
I
That's
don't know
the guy
that...
that owned the Dix estate, and he's super
Yeah,
dead.
I don't know that he ever married. That's up to Aaron to decide for the character backstory.
He never got married, but it was specifically so he didn't have to pay alimony or anything. He was the kind of guy that abducted
And
children to
reward.
turn into soldiers. He
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah, that's...
want someone to own half of his estate.
He didn't abduct you, he bought you. Your parents were very happy to sell you.
He just ran in, took them, just threw money at them.
This is
Pretty
called a goal.
He was probably really racist about it, too.
Oh yeah.
Probably very classist about it.
You
He was
can
probably
take
very out of breath.
one of these gold coins, or you can take 10 of these copper coins and more of these.
Or you can look in the mystery bag.
There could be anything in there.
Fish
Even-
bones and
Even gold.
there could be gold mines.
How much was 9 actually sold for?
9.
Yep. That makes sense. Did he tell them about taxes after and they had to give a copper back?
The question of 9 of what?
Taxes is how we got them to agree to 9.
Was
No one
taxes
agrees
his
to
previous
9.
kid?
Everyone agrees to 10. But taxes.
Well, yeah, I mean, 9 is effectively 10, but just looks better to the consumer. You know, it's like 99.
Your middle name was 99, I assume.
Yeah, but he was the consumer.
9. Middle name
9.99.
Hmm.
See, if you got bought at auction But it could have been 9 and they had to pay 10.
I feel like if 9 has a middle name, it's something that makes it funny. Like 9 flaccid dicks, but flaccid is spelled all weird.
9 flaccid.
There's like a Z in it. Flazid.
Named after your grandfather. I'm sure.
Good old Flazid dicks.
Huh. Sounds like a drow name.
This is what D&D was always intended for.
Yeah.
Well, Dix wasn't the Dragonborn last name. It
No,
was the
that was-
guy
that
last
was
name,
the-
so he
like-
could have been related to Drow. He could have been a Drow. No one cares. He's
Could have
dead.
been. That would make a lot of
Even if we were
sense.
12 and 13, this was.
So, having gained small amounts of maybe information in a couple areas, what do you guys want to do next?
How on the way to war is Fancy Town?
The other way.
It's actually kind of not. It's kind of in the other direction. You also could just like you could just like mail order your armor if you had all the proper measurements.
I mean, yeah,
you
but
send
I
the-
also have to give them dragon scales.
Right.
And also, I have a lot of measurements.
You do. Not including a tail.
Correct.
That is not necessary.
They can just kind of make the tail up.
The tail's just a pine cone of dragon scales being just layered.
That would be very effective.
You've got leftover dragon scales.
You should have like a cord you can pull and it makes the like tail scales flare out.
The tail is heavier than the rest of the armor, and you're always
She's
like,
wanted me to have one of those flare neck things from dinosaurs, and no.
You make that part of
They
your
used a
armor.
pull cord for that too.
It's
Jurassic
just,
Park.
it's just a collar that pops up.
Then you pull a cord and it goes.
You could you
Please
could
tell me the cord comes out the back. So
you
we
can
just
make
walk up
all
and
of the scales pine cone and you're like just like covered in them and you can like follow the ground and roll because you have just so many rounded surfaces on
The
every.
downside is they also dig into you because now they're pointed right down at you.
I'm very strong.
True.
No, you're not.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Magic.
Magically strong.
So you're not going to mail order armor, you don't think?
I feel like that wouldn't work well.
It would take a while.
We can always go there.
Yeah, I mean, the war thing doesn't seem important.
Well, no, and there were a couple of other saints on this side of the mountain range, so
Again, I don't even know why we would go after them.
I'm surprised Asha hasn't tried to mail
that's
it.
what we got charged to do.
Oh.
By people who betrayed us.
No, this was long before we met you.
Like, hey, who told you to kill the Saints?
The cult?
The
Wasn't that
guy
a
with
horse?
the head blowing up.
Okay, but
You haven't heard from him for a long time because he is in the skull at the moment,
He
according
got
to the Monster Hunter.
captured and destroyed by the monster hunters. He doesn't exist anymore.
So you say.
So they say. Which I guess gives it no merit.
Anyone else hear a buzzing sound?
Listen, I'm trying to keep that skull quiet. I hate it.
I'll take it.
No. If I've learned
I hate it
anything,
and you can't have it.
it's that I have to keep all of these horribly evil things away from you people.
Like my
I
gun.
mean, I don't particularly care where we go.
I mean, I think we should head east.
I don't know, if they have flamethrowers, I feel like if I had dragon armor, that'd be very effective.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me. Actually, that's true. But I mean, I don't see an apocalypse near here, at least.
Yeah, that was sort of my whole urgency there, was the world ending. I don't really care if a bunch of political soldier mans are attacking each other. Like, I'm a mercenary. People stabbing each other is A-okay with me.
Maybe the second best armor maker is in the east.
I have a question for all of y'all, though. When we killed that thing, before we were breaking its bones and stuff, did y'all feel like a rush?
I mean, it was pretty cool.
Because that felt pretty good to me, actually. I don't know. Don't know about y'all.
I am not saying we aren't becoming powerful gods by killing all of the other pseudo gods. I just don't know why it would matter.
I mean, I feel like I've gotten better at cooking actually, which is kind of crazy. Like, why did killing something make me better at cooking? But I'm telling you, I think we gotta go kill the other things.
And don't let a lust for power steer you. We're already definitely stronger than anything, not only on this planet, but in space and the dream
The
world.
lust for power, it's a lust for fishing.
I am generally driven by lust.
Just in a
Just a
in
different
many
way.
senses.
Are you a level 15 fisherman then?
I'm a level 10 fisherman actually.
Wow. You should be level 15.
Should be level 15.
Yeah. 15 sounds better than 10.
It does sound better than 10.
You said you got better at cooking, not fishing.
Well, I mean, that's because I'm still a level 10 fisher, not a level 15 fisher.
Hmm.
I'm a level 15 cook.
Well, I'm not convinced that given enough time, there won't just be another apocalypse. I feel like we've seen the tail end of like 15 different things that could end the world and just ignored it to kill this one.
Oh, we should go back to the other 14 now.
I'm not going back to investigate the
Oh.
crab water.
Yeah, I forgot. I totally woke up from like that place, and the water tasted like blood. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, but that was a lead. We were gonna go there and kill the
Oh.
definite apocalypse things that were there, but they're gone now.
The throne is repaired with bones, tiny bones, little fragments of bones, like holding the throne together.
Didn't sitting on the throne kill somebody?
Not the chosen one.
No, that's how we knew Goras was the chosen one.
The throne
Absolutely.
did kill someone.
Did it?
The throne killed Wrath.
Didn't Raph die from getting stabbed?
Raph died a
next
couple
to
of
the
times.
throne?
He died. Did he just get knocked unconscious from sitting on the throne?
Maybe.
Because he died from getting
Yeah,
like
I
skinned
don't think-
alive in his sleep by a dream
In the
assassin.
dream world as well, we were fighting something, and Raph just kind of got shit on.
Yes.
Like just swords as well. But
And then you killed him later yourself.
Right.
Him sitting on the throne was the beginning of his end.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the
It
end
sounds
of
like
his
something
end.
he'd do.
Well, yeah, but Wrath was at the orphanage.
That was when he told Goras he
Right.
was the chosen one, right? He was trying to convince Goras to
Yes.
be the trap bait.
Right. Solaire was still in the orphanage when Wrath got killed.
Yes.
By the thing
You were
that
watching.
right.
You're like, huh, that's a
Good,
neat
yeah,
little
good.
creature.
And it was
Just
the
wanna
other three
come-
of us that were in the dream realm.
Yeah, because Solaire stayed.
Right.
Yeah.
It was Goras.
But
Antonin
then we
and
killed Wrath 2 more times.
Right. Because we thought Raph died in the dream realm, but actually Raph just went back to Raph's body in the real world. But then Raph's body was actually dead from getting flayed alive.
And we killed
And then
Wrath
we
again.
killed Wrath again in 2 different parts.
Yes, that's right.
Maybe the
So
throne
he
has
died
prepared
4
itself in
times.
preparation for the new chosen one.
Wow.
Well, that could be.
I'm going to interrogate the skull.
So that's something we got a throne to look at potentially.
Pull out the skull.
I bet Nine's the next chosen one. He should go sit on the throne.
Nine
Fuck
pulls
off.
out the skull and bathes the room in amethyst light that
light.
seems much brighter than it was before.
You cut that shit out right now.
It dims.
You want us to go kill the other god guy, don't you?
It wiggles.
Yeah, I fucking figured.
Did it wiggle like up, down, or like left, right?
It responding at all is enough for me.
Well, what if it's saying no?
They have their own little language.
What if it's just responding as fast as it can, and you're just interpreting everything as it is?
I just hate it. So,
It wiggles again.
yeah, I figured.
Its lower jaw only wiggles now.
You know, wiggle your whole
Well,
head
you know,
for
if
yes
I
and your
beat
jaw
it
for
so
no.
badly, maybe we could talk to you.
It wiggles its whole.
You gave it brain
It's a
damage.
whole head.
I bash it against the wall. You listen to me, not them.
It wiggles, yes.
Can you teleport us?
Wiggles, no. Wiggles, yes. Wiggles, yes.
No, I don't think so. Toss it back in the bag.
I mean,
The
that was
wiggling
2 more
intensifies.
yes. That was one more yes, but no.
It glows so bright now that purple light is just blaring out of every seam of the backpack. Like, it looks white on the walls at this point.
I'm pretending it's not doing that. I'm giving it the silent
A
treatment.
patron walks by, like, the light and screams as it burns his arm.
the hell has he done now?
The smell of smoke fills the air.
You should put it in my skull cauldron. Let it
I'm
show.
not giving you the skull.
Smoke is drifting out of your backpack. What else do you have in there?
Probably nothing flammable.
Gold.
It's all melted now.
I don't
The
keep
most
my gold in
flammable.
my backpack. That'd be retarded. I have manacles.
Do you keep your gold in your tail armor?
Don't tell me.
It's like coins in a sock.
Yes.
It's just like coins in the tip of the tail that hit somebody extra hard.
I take the skull back out. You cut
It
that out.
immediately dims. It wiggles yes.
Are you friendly?
Shut the
Wiggles
fuck up.
yes.
You know what'd be really
I'm convinced-
inconvenient for you?
Wiggles no.
Getting hurled into space.
Wiggles no.
That'll be really inconvenient
How
for
are we-
us too.
How are we getting into space?
I mean,
Wiggles yes.
I feel like I've seen that throw sometimes pretty far actually, to be fair. But
Wiggles no.
Punch the skull.
Wiggles yes.
it's a friend. It said it's a friend. It's all right. Listen.
It's not a friend. Everything that's in this hates us.
Are you hollow?
Wiggles yes. Both questions were asked at the same time. It just replies yes.
Put it back in the bag. You stay dim in there. I swear to God.
Would you consider yourself magical?
You feel a wiggle in your backpack.
I hate this fucking skull.
I just hover over Nine's backpack.
We'll end there for tonight.
Reach up, grab him, fucking body slam him.
I have received a nap. Oh no.
You cast catnap.
We need to get the skull to vibrate at the same frequency as his armor, so his armor just hums or makes some sort of
I
noise.
think we should mount the skull to like the hook of my fishing rod and just have it like chill there. That would be great.
I think the skull's trying to absorb the power of all the other things so it can become the big winged bad entity at the end of the
I mean, at
campaign.
least we'd have a direction. That sounds
we?
good to me.